Righto boys, back with another one. And today we're going straight into it. We're talking about the importance of sleep. Just a little introduction to the whole idea of it and everything. And like an explanation as to why it's so crucial. Like everyone always says things like people who get better sleep are better at 100% of the things they do in their day-to-day lives. And I completely agree with that. And I think I'm someone who's qualified, if that's the word you want to use, to actually speak about this, because I've seen both sides of the coin in the extreme, and so I think I can speak about it from experience and what I've learned and what I've experienced. So back in the day, went to bed pretty early because as I was a child, pretty young. I had bedtimes pretty strict, went to bed, and then it got to the point where I was able to choose my own bedtime, where I could stay up a bit later if I wanted to, and I took that and ran with it. It was out of control. Up until recently, before I got on all this self-improvement stuff, before I started trying to straighten my life out, get the good habits going, I was going to sleep consistently 3 a.m. or after, 4 a.m. some nights, and it was made worse by the fact that I sat up that late, not doing work, not doing anything productive. I'd play video games, I'd watch TV, I'd just scroll on my phone for hours. And so I was consistently going to sleep 3 in the morning. That's disgusting. That's terrible. Nowadays, I aim to be in bed by 9, sleep by 9:30. Gives me 8.5 hours until 6 the next morning. That's plenty of time. I am going to try and get to bed a bit earlier, even more, so I can get even more sleep, because the more sleep you get, the better. But yeah, so I've gone from one extreme to the other, and the results are night and day. It's crazy. Like when I get my sleep consistently good and I'm going to sleep, waking up early, I'm full of energy. I wake up ready to go for the day, hit the gym. I'm stronger than I normally am. Then when I'm fatigued, I can think more clearly. I'm better at everything. I can hold a conversation better. I'm more confident. It's just when you have sleep, it's sort of like an underlying meta skill in a way that underpins everything you do. And it's like, if you can get that right, it's just like a little extra boost. It'll help you every area in your life. So why not do it? It can be pretty hard to reset a messed up sleep schedule, such as mine was, but it can be done. So yeah, do try and focus on that. Get your sleep feeling a little bit better. At least get a consistent 8 hours. I wasn't even getting that. I'd go to sleep at 3 and I'd wake up at about 10, and that's pretty bad in itself to be waking up that late. It's ruined half the day already. But even then, when I was waking up that late, I wasn't getting the full amount of sleep. Wasn't getting at least 8 hours minimum. And so yeah, and I never even realised at the time. Like, I had friends tell me, like, mate, you can't be doing this. This is bad for your health. Like, you can't be sleeping like this all the time. It's going to take a toll eventually. I just ignored them because I was like, oh yeah, I feel fine. But I didn't feel fine. I just thought that I did because I didn't know any different. I was so used to being fatigued all the time that I didn't think it was a bad thing. I just thought, oh yeah, this is the norm, this is how I feel. Now looking back at it, I'm like, geez, I don't know how I functioned like that. Like, not to big myself up too much or anything, but I did very, very well in school. I'll explain more about that. I'll tell you stories about it later. Different videos to come. But I look back at it and I think, geez, if I slept just a little bit better, if I took more care of myself, then I could have been even higher than I actually was. Like, I feel like if you just get that sleep, like if you're studying, if you're at school, make sure you sleep well as study. Don't sacrifice one for the other, because it'll help you boost to like the top tier if you can get them both right. In everything, you gotta make sure you sleep properly, because that'll keep you in good health. It'll keep you in good spirits. You'll be happier. You'll be more ready to go. It's just going to help you in every area, and I don't see what was wrong in my head before to not see that and not understand the importance of it, because I clearly do now. And the reason I made this video was because I got a pretty poor night's sleep last night. A couple of things got in the way. Got to sleep a little later than I would have liked. Then the sleep itself wasn't great quality, and I can feel a difference today. Like, one day off and I'm a bit slower. I can feel the fatigue's creeping in a little bit, but I'm pushing through it, obviously. One day's not going to completely shut me down. But, like, see, one late night, Not even that late. It was like half an hour later than I wanted it to be. And the sleep wasn't great quality, and that's how easy it can be to like lower your level a bit. So I think it's really important that everyone starts getting some good sleep. I'll do videos later on how to get better sleep and what you should do to make it consistent, get into a good habit, routine and everything. But yeah, this is just a little introduction as to why it's so important that you need to sleep properly. Because I mean, mate, I've seen what it's like to be that guy who's up at 3 a.m. every morning, and I never want to ever be close to that again. I know a lot of people out there are probably used to sleeping that late, and I got to tell you now, you have to change that, because that's the one thing that's going to make all the rest of it a lot easier, and you'll perform so much better. So get going. Start sleeping when you're meant to, boys.